Hey, people like me who basically sit on our asses all day, I have good news and bad news. First, the good news. Remember how all those studies have been coming out in the past few years warning us that we're all going to die from sitting too much, which is going to be really tragic because, your obituary is going to read something like, she died doing what she loved, sitting on the couch. And meanwhile, your great-grandfather died standing up, swinging a pickaxe in a coal mine the way God intended. And how if ghosts existed, he would be so disappointed. Well, the good news is that there's a new study that says sitting might not be the thing that kills you. That's right. This new study says that all of those previous studies were wrong. And so standing for 8 hours a day at that stupid, trendy standing desk you got is not going to save your pathetic life. So you may as well just take a seat. So is this new study better than all of those other studies? Well, yes and no. It's complicated. It's science. Science is complicated. No, in that it involved fewer people than the best previous study, although it's still a good amount. There's about 5,000 people who were tracked for 16 years. If you compare that to the big study that showed sitting was going to kill us, that study involved 123,000 people for 14 years. This study is different, though, in that it didn't just look at sitting versus standing. It looked at overall physical activity. And that's where the bad news comes in. Yes, you can sit down at work instead of standing and not be any worse off, but you still need to be as physically active as possible in order to not die prematurely. This research supports previous research that does suggest the key to not dying from laziness is to simply be as physically active as possible. So not just standing, but actually moving around. So you know what that means. Be prepared for all of your standing desks to be turned into treadmill desks. The even worse news is that this study comes out at around the same time as another piece of research suggesting that we've been wrong to suggest people get at least half an hour of exercise every day. What they've actually found is that you need a little bit more, like an hour or two. I know, you weren't even hitting the 30 minutes a day limit. You probably didn't even know or remember that that was the recommendation, and now they're saying it's not good enough. Well, the slightly less bad news is that 30 minutes a day of physical activity will still help protect you against heart disease. It's just that according to this research, the positive effects of exercise increase dramatically the more people exercised every day, up to an hour or two each day. Or I should say that the more people said they exercised throughout this 14-year study. So it could be that it's just lying is good for your heart. But anyway, I've definitely taken this news to heart, so to speak. And so future videos, I will not be sitting in a chair while talking to the camera. Instead, I'm going to be running on a treadmill. Like I said, maybe it's lying that's good for the heart.